On the evening of February 20th, 1941, U-552 slipped away from her berth in Wilhelmshaven Harbor. U-552's mission was indeed a dangerous one. We were tasked with entering Scapa flow through the Eastern Passage, just as Perrine had done in October of 1939 with U-47. This time, I suspect things will be very different. It is highly unlikely the British would let their guards down again after the sinking of HMS Royal Oak. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome to another exciting U-boat video. Today we are playing with the brand new patch which just came out, B129. This patch added quite a few new features such as milk cows and stuff like that, so we will showcase them as we come across them in our gameplay. We are taking out U-552 here, and we are tasked with entering Scapa flow through the Eastern Passage, so things will most likely get a little interesting. Our bow torpedo room is all loaded up with T1 and T2 torpedoes. The same story is in the stern torpedo room. We just departed Wilhelmshaven here, and here we can see one of the new features. There's a new texture for the map, and this is the paper-like texture, and I quite like the look of the new map. Here we can see our course. We're going to head up the eastern coast of the United Kingdom. I'm hoping we can find some shipping around here in AN4, but time will tell. And then we will enter Scapa flow through the Eastern Passage right here. It's going to be quite interesting. Of course, this water is quite shallow, and Gunther Perrine attacked Scapa flow through the Eastern Passage here a few years back on October 14th, 1939. I may have gotten the exact date wrong, but it was October of 1939. So I'm sure the British are well prepared for another incursion by German U-boats at this point in the war. Oh, that'll make things even more exciting, I believe anyway. What else is new? Well, one thing that I am very happy to see added to the game is this little button here, the close bulkheads button. So you click this and now your crew will shut all of the hatches. Thank goodness. This is something I have wanted for quite a while, and this will certainly help with damage control and managing your flooding. Currently, we don't need all the bulkheads closed. We will keep those open. Of course, there are quite a few other changes as well. The mission we are actually doing, this Enter Scapa Flow mission, is part of the brand new campaign system. We see all sorts of missions, and some of which are not currently available just yet for us, but there's quite a lot here. So it's cool the devs are continuing to add new content and refine the game even further. And with all of that out of the way, I think we are all set. Of course, we are loaded up on loads of food. We have quite a bit of food, lots of canned bread, canned meat, some fresh fruits and veggies. We have a good supply of deck gun ammunition and a decent supply of flat gun ammunition, but we don't really use the flat gun all that much. Fuel, of course, is fine, just at 99% there, and the crew is hunky-dory. Discipline is going up. It looks like it'll be full in 18 hours and 45 minutes. There was a discipline rework, so it is not as micromanagey as it used to be. Okay, and I think that's the end of my little spiel here. We'll continue on and head out into the North Sea. Just got a radio transmission from BDU, and the radio menu has been reworked. Let's receive this message from BDU, and he is now decoding that message. A handful of mods do work with the brand new patch, the big ones being the TDC mod, the compass navigation mod, and also the BDU radio reports mod, which I'm using all three. I have a few other mods included. I'll list them all in the description below. These new menus are quite great. If we get out of this, we can see we have one over Wolfgang the 6th, and we can just click this and it goes straight to the optic, which is fantastic. A much needed quality of life improvement. Okay, let's see what this message. U1172 reports having sighted a group of warships at those coordinates heading southeast. Let's see where these guys are. Way up here. And they are heading southeast, so they are heading towards our direction. I'm Wondering if this is just something like a hunter-killer group. I'm not sure if it's something I really want to tangle with. I was kind of hoping it would be a nice meaty convoy, but that is certainly something we want to keep in mind. They are pretty close to Scapa flow. How far away? Yeah, around 135 kilometers away. So definitely something to worry about as we close in on the port. Here we are, grid AN14. It's February 27th, 1941, and we have just received a radio message from BDU. Let's go ahead and receive that real quick. See what's going on there. As you can see, the weather is quite foggy. The seas are a little choppy. It's actually perfect weather to try to infiltrate Scapa flow. However, I do want to wait till nighttime. We do not really want to try to infiltrate this place in broad daylight, that is for sure. So we're just going to hang out until it gets a little darker here. It's around midday now, so we have a while to go. I'm kind of curious to see what this radio message will be. Maybe there's a convoy or something close by. I've done quite a few hydrophone checks up the coast and nothing, not a single ship. So, just us out here. It would seem anyway. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Okay, group of warships again. Wow, okay. Where are these guys? Where are they? They're way up here. 6 to 13 warships. What was their heading? What was their heading? Southeast. Speed is 8 knots. Oh no, wrong one. Speed is 14 knots. Heading west. Wow, that is quite interesting. How far away? 300 some kilometers. Intercepting may be a little difficult. If they're going that fast, it might be something quite important. Oh, they're heading west. Alright, well, we may try to actually intercept here. Let's increase speed to... Let's just increase speed to full and head up here. I'll work out the intercept point off screen. I don't know, 6 to 13 ships heading 14 knots. I don't know. Maybe there's something a little spicy hanging out in there. That's kind of my thought. Discipline's all good. We have varied dishes and normal lighting, so everyone's nice and happy. Let's actually check on the galley. Let's just throw some canned bread in there as well. Perfect. Alright, I think we're good so far. We'll keep doing hydrophone checks, of course, as those are quite useful. Alright, I'll keep you all updated as we try to intercept this group of warships. We got another report from BDU, another group of warships up here off to the northwest. That other group of 13, they were doing some really funky maneuvering over here. We can kind of track them, as you can see, for a little bit. They disappear after a while, but they were really just hanging around this area, which is quite peculiar. So we should be able to easily intercept them here. So we're going to head up north a little bit and then start cutting east. And I think we should be able to hear them on hydrophone rather soon, relatively anyway. This other group's heading off to the northeast. I'm not too concerned about them right now. But yeah, lots of warship groups. Kind of interesting, for sure. Let's go ahead and remove some of that clutter. Just went down to periscope depth to do our hydrophone check, and here we go. Propeller noises, small group, 6 to 13 vessels. And it looks like they are kind of changing course here. That is interesting. This is also an inaccurate contact. They may be anywhere in the radius of 16 kilometers. How... 16 kilometers, that's quite far. I have a feeling they're probably further south, I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, we have a good idea of where they are. Let's kind of head this way. We're going to surface a boat and try to chase them down. Well, we have picked up the enemy ships here. They are not exactly where I expected them to be, but that's okay. Let's get on the periscope and take a look. Can see all the smoke on the horizon. That's a new feature as well. Let's see if there's anything big in here. corvettes. Another corvette, okay. Looks like a destroyer of some sort. Another destroyer. Another corvette. Another corvette. And another one. Okay, wow. So it is a pretty big formation, and it's really just all small stuff. And there's no cruiser or even battleship like I guess I was kind of hoping for, to be honest. But it was worth investigating. I don't believe I am actually going to attack this, because it's just a group of measly destroyers. We have bigger fish to fry, I suppose. Yeah, we're going to let them sail on by. We're going to turn back and pursue our original mission, which was Scapa Flow. It is currently 1800 hours, and we are pretty close to the coast, and we're going to start bumping our speed up to move on in here. We're going to try to make our way through the Eastern Passage on the surface, as was done historically, so we'll see how this goes. It should be pretty dark by the time we actually arrive there. Just make sure everything's ready to go. We should be fine. I am using a realistic torpedo mod, so I don't actually have to preheat my G7A torpedoes, which is quite nice. We have received a few more reports from BDU, pretty much all warships. If we go to our journal here, we can see BDU contacts. Warship group, yeah, it's just a whole bunch of warships. So, nothing I'm really too interested in pursuing. Anyway, yeah, it's a go time. This should be quite exciting. I'll keep you all updated. We have land in sight, and we are moving in. Let's scan forward. I don't see anything out there just yet. I can see the other landmass out there, but nothing in front of us. No block ships or enemy patrols by the looks of it. Looks to be rather smooth sailing. Our new objective is to get close to the main anchorage area as we get closer and closer here. We're around 21 kilometers away from that point. We're going to reduce speed down to slow now as well, and slowly make our way in here. We are getting closer and closer to the anchorage area, and I'm just constantly scanning out here. So far, I do not see anything. Just quite reassuring. I must admit, no coastal batteries or anything like that as far as I can tell. So far, this is going quite well. Well, we have discovered an anti-aircraft platform out here, apparently, on the coast. I'm not sure they're going to be able to see me at this point. I'd be surprised if they start opening fire on me. I think we'll be clear. Okay. Nothing to worry about. We're getting closer and closer. It looks like around 15 kilometers away from this main anchorage area. We'll try to fire all of our torpedoes on the surface. Once they're out of the tubes, we're going to turn tail and run. That's our plan. Here we go. Chimney smoke on the horizon, according to my men. Let's take a look. And there it is. Yeah, I see that. Big plume of smoke out there. Anything else, however? I just want to check. Make sure there's not a destroyer getting super duper close to us that my crew just can't see. And I'm not seeing anything. I think we're good. Alright. Things are getting a little hairy. I have spotted some enemy ships out here. It looks like we have a couple of destroyers right here off to 340. And off to our starboard side, I do recall seeing some other ships. Yeah, here we are. I just saw them. Where'd they go? Here we go. Here's one at least. Looks like another destroyer right here. Seems like a lot of these destroyers are stationary. And then we have a couple of more back here. And they both look like destroyers once again. No large battleships or cruisers just yet, as far as I can tell. Looks like I may have a corvette or something sticking out over there. Okay, well, we of course want to keep our eyes peeled for one of the big boys. It looks like there's quite a few destroyers out here. I wonder if they're fully crewed and if they will react to our presence. Yeah, this one's starting to get pretty close. Alright, well, time will tell what our action is. Lots of destroyers already. And no visual on any large battleships just yet, so... Yikes. We are starting to get closer and closer to all of these warships here, and it looks like this one's on the move. It has a little bit of a bow wake there. Just a ton of destroyers. Not a huge fan. And so far, still no enemy cruisers or anything worth shooting at. We may just end up shooting at destroyers. Well, look what I just spotted on the surface here at 320. That looks like our favorite punching bag in this game. Good old HMS Nelson once again. Well, that is obviously going to be our primary target. It doesn't look like a whole lot of enemy destroyers are right next to her. I got some flags out there that I can see. And then the closest thing seemed to be right here. It looks like maybe a Black Swan or something like that. And then another destroyer out here at around 330. I have a smoke plume, so that's a patrol already patrolling. Other than that, I'm not seeing a whole lot that's an immediate danger. It looks like we have a corvette out here, dead ahead. We are going to change our course, of course, just to head towards Nelson, which, what bearing is she at? Let's try to see. Hopefully things aren't too difficult to see. I know YouTube compression really just hates dark stuff. Looks like 330, so yeah, we can head down here. It looks like she's probably out here somewhere. We have quite a few radio messages here queued up. We are not going to send those right now. That would be a bad idea. So we're gonna keep slowly crawling in here, and we'll get ready for our torpedo attack. So far, so good. This is going quite well. We are starting to get closer and closer, and I'm getting a little more concerned about this warship right here. It has a bow wake, but I don't believe she is actually moving. It looks like all of them have bow wakes, but they are pretty close to our path here. We also have another destroyer out there, and we are getting a bit closer to Nelson. We can lock onto her. Beautiful. Let's identify her, and my crew is going to sound an alarm and make a whole ton of noise. That's real nice. Thanks, guys. Recognize the target, and let's check our range. So the maximum range of our torpedoes is around 5 kilometers. Of course, we don't want to fire at exactly 5 kilometers because that doesn't give us a whole lot of room for error. Oh, it looks like we got her at 6.6 kilometers here, so we do need to get a little bit closer. And here's Nelson. We're heading straight for that that Black Swan or whatever, so we're going to move away and head a little further south. We'll get pretty close to this landmass. And also something we need to consider, we don't know if this warship is going to be protected by like torpedo nets or anything like that. Something else we need to keep in mind. We may want to set our torpedoes to run pretty shallow. Although I do not believe there are any, you know, torpedo or subnets in the game. Anyway, moving in. So far so good. This guy is certainly, oh, it says it's a Black Swan. Okay. Well, this one is certainly the primary threat here. We're not going to shoot at it. We're just going to fire all of our torpedoes at Nelson and then try to just book it out of dodge as quickly as possible. Well, here we are, folks. I do believe this is about as close as we are going to get to the target, and I think we are going to fire now. We are just under 3 kilometers away. I have stopped our diesel engines, so we're not making a whole lot of noise and getting any closer than necessary. And I think we're going to fire. Let's go ahead and hop over to the TDC. Torpedo speed will be 30 knots. Target speed will be 0 knots. Range is just under 4 kilometers. We'll drop it to around 3.5 because we are drifting and everything. Angle on bow. I have 70 degrees starboard. I'm going to reduce that to around 65 degrees to starboard. I think that's a bit better. And it's a stationary target, so everything else looks fine. Let's open this menu up. Flood tubes 1 through 4. There we go. Don't have to preheat or anything thanks to that mod. Torpedo speed 30 knots. Make sure that's in. Depth will be... I'm thinking 4 meters. If I remember, the draft was, what, 10 meters on the Nelson? 9 meters on the Nelson. So, yeah, we'll do 4. I'm more worried about our torpedoes running aground and stuff. Dispersion, not 40 meters. We'll do like a 15 meter dispersion. Sure. Okay. Use the info from the TDC. Tubes 1 through 4. And we'll aim for the main superstructure area here. Los. There we go. And this is something else that is new. There's a new torpedo firing animation. As you can see, the torpedo doors open and the tube, or the torpedo fires out of the tube, which is quite nifty, even though the doors open incorrectly, but that's fine. All right, time to turn away and get the hell out of here. Let's start moving. Yeah, 1/3 speed, please. Okay, perfect, left full rudder. We'll swing around and fire tube 5. As a parting gift, and hopefully this is enough to sink this target. We shall see. I want to be a little careful here. Okay, looking good. Alright, swing around, get at a good angle for tube 5, and I think we're at that now. Rudder amidships, beautiful. Everything should be fine at this point. Switch to stern torpedo tubes. Everything's the same. Yes. Tube 5, flood it. We will aim for turret number 2 with tube number 5. Los. Adios. Okay, there goes that torpedo. And let's move a little bit closer to this landmass. Increase speed to standard, shall we? Those torpedoes do look pretty good at this point. We'll use a little bit of time compression. And here we go. They are about to strike HMS Nelson. I do want to close this menu and take a look as our torpedoes arrive home. That'll be from over here. Oh, jeez, scared me. Okay, well, there's 1, 2. Not bad. Good spread. 3. It looks like 4 will hit right at the stern. Maybe? Come on, give me something. There we go, yep. Beautiful. 4 hits, all spread out nicely. And that's quite a bit of damage. Serious damage, beautiful. I'm not sure if that'll be enough to sink her. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Because we're not in any immediate danger. Tube 1 is still reloading. We'll see if this other torpedo hits. I want to know if we actually get hits on Nelson with torpedo number 5 here. It looks like the enemy destroyer is turning away. We'll slowly lurk out of here. And that torpedo is getting a bit close. Let's check on our UZO. What's going on out here? Got some smoke way out there. Looks like all the destroyers went off to the north. Yeah, there's that Black Swan that was super close to us. You know what I'm thinking? Let's have you, my friend, come in here, start reloading another torpedo. Just in case tube 5 is not enough. Where is our friend Nelson? There she is. It's a miss. Oh, there it is. It was not a miss. Minimal damage, unfortunately. That hit pretty much where I aimed on turret number 2. There are life rafts there. Minimal damage, wow. Well, the enemy destroyers are not pursuing us all that much, and we are almost done reloading all of our torpedoes, and it looks like this guy is not reloading tube 3. Please reload tube 3. Maybe he will now. Come on, buddy. Anyway, I will work on that. Maybe get this other guy in here to do it. Oh, I've had this issue with the new patch. Anyway, we will figure that out, but I think we are going to turn back around. It's currently 3 o'clock in the morning, so we're going to have to make this last attack a little quick, just to get it over with and get out of here before daylight. We were quite lucky. It seems like most of the destroyers scattered up to the north and to the west, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that at least. All right, let's move in and we'll try to fire off another salvo. It looks like torpedo tube number 3 is being reloaded. Perfect. And that should be loaded by the time we reach this point where Nelson was. Let's do a quick scan in front of us. Not seeing a whole lot just yet. We got out of there rather quickly. Okay, we'll go back into the tiger's den, I suppose, and let's get you on the diesels so we can make a quick escape if need be. Well, I'm looking here. We have one destroyer out in the area. There's some smoke off in the horizon dead ahead. And then here is Nelson, who's just kind of sitting here. She's pretty isolated, so now it looks like she's taking on a lot of water to the bow. Yeah, I think one more salvo will certainly finish her off. We probably don't even need to fire all 4 torpedoes, but I'm going to anyway. Oh, jeez. Who's that? It's that one, I bet. Oh boy, that was pretty close. Let's go down to the coast here. And hopefully we can avoid detection. Oh man, we are going to be pretty close to this thing. Yeah, around 2.5 kilometers away. We'll see. It's going to be a little sketchy. Nelson should be in visual soon for the crew anyway. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, look how much water she's taken on. The good old... Our good old punching bag. We have sunk Nelson quite a few times in this game, that's for sure. Okay, closing in. I believe this chimney smoke is in fact her. I mean, how close do we gotta be? I do wish this was a bit more accurate, this little sight ring here, but anyway. Go ahead and identify the target. It is HMS Nelson, as we are well aware. Let's get range to target. Set 4.5 kilometers. Okay. There we go. And yeah, let's re-identify her again. Just to be sure. Recognize. And get range one more time. Set. 4.3, that's fine. We will be firing our bow torpedo tubes. Everything should be more or less similar. Angle on bow actually looks a little better from where we are. We'll do around 70 degrees starboard. And one thing I'm worried about, we're a bit closer to the coast this time, so we're going to run our torpedoes a bit shallower. Just to be safe. We'll run them at 2 meters, excuse me. Dispersion 15 meters worked well. We'll aim for turret number 3. Okay. 1 through 4. Los. Now I'm worried about turning around. Can I get you on the helmsman station? I hope we don't run aground trying to do this. Okay, all 4 are away. Turn the boat around. Nice turning radius. Beautiful. Okay. Just don't run aground. Alright, increase speed to standard. We don't want to go too fast, make a whole lot of noise, kick up a whole lot of water, and all of this exhaust smoke right next to that destroyer. We want to be a little stealthy here. Once the torpedoes land home, that's when we will go to flank speed, since you know, the gig's up. I do want to reduce speed just a little bit here. I have had issues hitting targets whenever they are out of the sight bubble. Like before we saw Tube 5 hit, and I wonder if it didn't do any damage because it was out of this little bubble here. When I was doing some testing earlier, I had that issue, so I just want to be sure our hits count. And I'm thinking they will. It's right at the edge here, though. Yeah, let's start reversing, just to be... I'd rather be safe than sorry here. Okay, let's start moving forward again, because I think we got her. There we go. I think I see a torpedo wake there. There we go. There's one. And I'm going to issue orders to start going flank speed. 3. 4? 4 torpedoes. Wow. I'm surprised with the lack of duds. Okay, I think that means she's sinking. Alright. Yeah, she's done for. Leave you. Get the hell out of here, boys. Get the hell out of here. That destroyer is the problem now. There we go. Good job. Is this her? Yeah, that is definitely her. Please turn away. Wouldn't that be swell if she turned the other way? We can outrun the Flower class corvettes on the surface. We probably can't outrun these big guys. Let's jog north a little bit to avoid running aground. I cannot think of something more disastrous. And she is turning north. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, game. That is very kind of you. There's Nelson. Looking pretty shabby, if I do say so myself. Okay, let's check on the other destroyers. Yeah, she's steaming. This one's really moving, wow. Anything else close that is worrisome? That one is kind of worrisome. It looks like she's up here, though. Alright, we'll just do a little bit of time compression here. We're making 18 knots, 19 knots. Wow, okay. I think we're going to get away. We didn't really examine Nelson's wreck, unfortunately. I had a few bigger fish to fry. Let's take a look, though, see if we can see anything out there. Yep, there she is. Just hanging out. Alright. A little bit of time compression as we continue our great escape. As you can see, our compressed air is a little lower now. That's because we fired those torpedoes. Firing torpedoes uses compressed air now. Go ahead and just turn on our compressor while we're at it. Why the hell not? And I think we're going to get out of here without a single shot fired at us. There was that anti-aircraft emplacement up here to the north. We'll just avoid that. I think we're golden. Let's increase. I'm feeling safe. And I do not like that. It's moving out of there. Okay. These have to be destroyers. Let's head north. Oh gosh. Will we be able to sneak past them? Okay, that anti-aircraft battery's concerning. But this is pretty much where we entered, if I remember correctly. Just don't turn north, group of ships. Let's keep heading down there. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was lucky. If they would have stayed here, that would have been extremely problematic. As I am curious, how shallow is it here? Just right here. Why not? Let's do a ping. Let's check.
Kapitän, so lange auf See. Ich halt's nicht mehr aus. Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
66 meters. Okay, so it's actually not terrible. I thought it was a bit more shallow than it is. But still, if I can avoid a confrontation, then I'd rather avoid it altogether. All right, we're out of here. We're out of here. Let's see. We can send off our radio messages now, I suppose. Get on the radio room, shoot that off. Escape from Scapa flow. So once this little objective is complete, I will get back to you all. Well, it's currently 5:45 and we are able to shoot this radio message off to BDU. Mission accomplished. Awesome. Well, that was quite a fun little incursion into Scapa flow. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I certainly did. We need to do a little bit of crew management now that the danger is over. But that's all I have for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.